I don't know how to react to this. Okay, Fins fans, welcome to Fins Temporal Focus. We're going to talk about the Dolphins' loss to the Bills, 31-21. It was closer than the score indicates, granted. If you watch the game, there was so many ups and downs in this one. I don't even really know where to start. Early on, you had the opening drive. We ran the ball. I talked about it in my pregame video, running the ball, and I felt like Gordon needed at least 10 carries in this game, and he was there. They played Oliver Gordon, and he got 9 carries, ran hard. Very proud of him. Devon Achane ran hard. Big part of this game. Very proud of him. Jalen Waddle had a really nice game, and I'll go over stats and stuff. I just want to mention some guys off the top of my head. And then we stopped running, and I don't understand it. But those next couple of drives, we just stopped running. And then you had, of course, Jason Marshall gets injured. Never did really get a recap on his injury. I will try to look it up. This is right after the game. Literally, I just got to listen to the "Take It Off" chant by the Buffalo Bills for Fitzmagic, who I do love. Moving on right now, I can't do that. I can't. But I do love the guy. It was interesting. You get to the half, 14 tie, and probably the most surprising thing for me is with 30 seconds left, we take our first time out. Our first one in the game. And the Bills had 0. None. That was pretty impressive. That's when I really had to open my eyes, because I didn't even realize it until Buffalo takes that final timeout. And I realized, looking at the screen, whoa, Miami's got all 3 timeouts left. They finally take a timeout with 30 seconds left. Tua hits Hill for like a 5-yard touchdown, maybe 10. Like I said, I'm just finishing the game. So it's 14-14 at the half. I mean, it's like, wow, we had all of our timeouts going in our final drive. McDaniel, good job. At least we done that right, and we had a nice drive to finish out the half. It was really nice. Then the second half starts, and Brooks gets the horrible penalty, which comes down to discipline. I mean, the play is over. The play is over. Just let him go. I mean, it's not that. The only thing is, it's not that the Bills wasn't going to score there anyway. It was like first and goal from like the 4-yard line, 5-yard line, and Brooks makes a great play. gets Allen, and then just kind of refuses to let him go. It's a dumb penalty. And like I said, they score on the next play with Cook, but that just comes down to discipline, which I'm going to get more into because we all know the turning point of this ball game. The other thing before I get to that turning point is Tua regressing. I don't know what is going on with Tua Tagovailoa, but he's not played great, obviously, this season. But there is 2 plays I really, really want to talk about, and it's not the interception. It was a bad interception. Just real quick, yes. I mean, he didn't see the guy. I get it, but he's right there. I mean, you've got a crowd. I don't know what he was doing on that play. Bonehead play. Just tried to... I don't... It was a bad pick to seal the game. But before we get into that, there's 2 plays that I really want to talk about. He had the tight end Connor wide open, and this was on 3rd down. And when you look at the play, now granted, Tua is he's being chased, but he's running, he's kind of out to the left side, and he throws the ball away. But if you watch on the replay, Connor breaks as Tua starts to run. If he gets that ball out right then to Connor, it's an easy 1st down. And he just either doesn't see him. Like I said, it's like everything seems like his senses are like dull to what he's seeing. The other one, when he missed Washington, and it was right there. But there was a couple of plays like that where the play was there. Not throwing the ball soon enough. I think that was the one for Washington. If he throws the ball normally, because that is Tua's go-to, is that quick release. We didn't see it tonight. He was overthinking, not sure you could see it. And on the one to Washington, he actually, if he throws the ball immediately, and he has the time, I understand the defense was coming to him, but normally that ball is out. Throw it immediately. But instead, it's like he overthought it, and then he starts to run. By that time, it's too late, and he can't get it. But Washington is wide open, and he looks at him. That's where he's going with the ball. And you can see just that hesitation, and that's all the Bills needed to get enough pressure to get him. That was it. But, 2 years ago, that ball is up, and he's released it. Gone. Because they only needed like 6 yards. It wasn't like a big throw. And that's what he's good at. And that's what I saw tonight in Tua, was simply indecisive. And there's times he looked good. This game was a perfect example of his career. He looked good at times, making good decisions, and then other times he looked completely frazzled. And I hate that. I love Tua. First and foremost, I love Tua. Did I ever think he had the strongest arm? No. His injuries bother me. All the things that but as far as a quarterback, it would still work. There's a lot of people that says Tua can't do it in this league. Tua can do it in this league. But at this point, he may be too broken. I don't know if it's mentally or physically, but he looked frazzled out there at certain times. Play calling was better, but there was still so many times that I could see it in my living room, the play, and the Bills just blew it up, especially those stupid swing passes. Over and over again, Achane was just, there's no place to go. So I didn't understand that. We also, the two illegal player downfield, that cost us. Penalties did cost this team. And again, I go back to discipline. Discipline was not good. Just too many mistakes. And the defense played better. They really did. They played better. Jack Jones had a few nice plays. Chubb, of course, had the sack. They had a holding call on him because he was dominating the line as well as he was. And then you had the turning point of the game is the roughing the kicker. Now, I want to go back before I get to the roughing the kicker. I do want to get, because I think maybe Dodson was the one. It may have been Jones as well. When they had the little fisticuff. Ed, this goes to you. If you're watching this video, that was not his fault. He was already falling down before Josh Allen started his slide. That was not, that is not an issue. That was not a cheap shot. Now, that being said, the other one on oh my gosh, I done forgot his name. Brooks. When he held on to out, that's too much. That's too much. But I know a lot of people were already, he's sliding. You got to let. He was in the air. Watch the replay. He was in the air as Josh Allen is getting ready to slide. You're in midair. What are you supposed to do? He fell on him. Poor baby. Sorry. But that being said, the rest of it was so bad. And Buffalo did not play their best. Buffalo did not play their best game. But the turning point, obviously, the Zach Sealer roughing the kicker. We have a chance. We have stopped the Bills again. And this defense played well. Especially compared to the first two games, this defense played well. But that play, and Sealer, I'm not jumping down his throat. He's trying to make a play. He's trying to make a turning point. The problem is it was a turning point, but it was a turning point in Buffalo's favor. He wasn't going to get there. I know he's trying with everything he's got. He wasn't going to get there. He was in, again, mid-flight. You can't stop. You're done in the air. And he falls on the kicker. And it's absolutely the right call. It's absolutely roughing the kicker. That is one of those, you go in, and I'm telling my guys, look, unless you've got a clean shot, which I do get, he overpowered the lineman that was in front. I mean, just plowed him. So maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe Zach was just, boom, he hits this guy and he's going to his back. I got a straight line to the punter. So maybe that's what he was thinking. But I'm telling everybody, don't even go after the punter. We're getting the ball back with a chance to tie this ball game. Our chance actually to go ahead in this ball, I think it was 21-21 at that point. I'll have to go back. Like I said, I just got done watching the game. My notes are all over the place. But we will get into some stats, not a lot. We'll start with, obviously, the Dolphins, the away team. I usually try to do that. Tua, 22 of 33, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then, of course, the horrible pick to seal the deal. So that's 2 weeks in a row that Tua has thrown a pick to end the game. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. It ain't like you can sit him and bring somebody else before people start saying, Ewers. Hey, let's see what we've got in Ewers. It's not time for that yet. It's still early in the season. Especially, as bad as I hate to say, after watching this game, I seriously don't know if McDaniel gets fired or not. And that scares me. He actually did show some emotion tonight. So that I needed to see it. But, of course, that happened on the roughing the kicker call. But we needed to see that way earlier than what we have. But finally got to see a little emotion out of him. He knows he's coaching for his job. But right now, the best thing I can do for this team is just look at the players that still have heart and are still busting their butt. Which Achane, Gordon, Waddle, and the one guy I did want to mention, I tried to mention him on my last video, but Matthew Butler was the guy that was wearing 91, homage to Jeff Cross. But yeah, Matthew Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to dominate a game in any way, but you see he's got his try hard on every time he's in the game. Bust his butt, and I've noticed it in games. Like, even if it's a big play by the offense, he is still pushing, still running, still moving, still trying to make a play. But guys like that. But Achane was 12 carries for 62 yards, 5.2 yards average. He also added 7 catches for 29 yards. Ollie Gordon, I said he needed 10 rushes at least in this game. He got 9, which I told you earlier, 38 yards, 4.2 yard average. Big on third downs was Ollie Gordon. And he had the touchdown, also short yardage. This guy has got to get more carries. But we ran the ball a little better. And this is what I would see it doing. Achane, 62 yards. Gordon, 38. I could see that switch, but that's where we get our 100-yard rusher, is those kind of like what Detroit has. Then you had Hill, 5 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. Waddle, 5 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. That's most of your offense. Dotson, the offensive line played decent when you consider the right side is trash. Brewer is the only guy that's out there that is anything, because the right side's trash and the left side is still inexperienced. But they played decent as a unit. Kept Tua clean, no sacks. So, I mean, they had pressure on him all day. But nobody got to him, and the offensive line at times really played well. They did have some bonehead penalties still on that offensive line. And then you had Dotson, who played like a man possessed. 11 tackles and a sack. And Dotson, another one of those, absolutely played his butt off. I mean, played till the end of the game. And then Chubb did have the other sack for the Dolphins. We had 2 against Josh Allen, which is pretty good against Josh. And speaking of the MVP, Josh Allen, 22 of 28, so proficient, done what he wanted to do. 213 yards, 3 touchdowns. He added 4 runs for 25 yards. Kept him contained for the most part, but I think a lot of that was just he didn't really have a reason to run. If he had to, he had the one long run that caused the fight, but other than that, it kept him in check in the running game. James Cook owned us, absolutely had a game, 19 carries, 108 yards, 5.7 yard average, and he also had the touchdown. As far as receiving, not a lot went on other than Kincaid. We still have trouble. We cannot cover a tight end to save our life. And Dalton Kincaid just continued that. 5 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 4 catches, 45 yards, a touchdown. And then Jackson Halls, the tight end, he had the other touchdown that was notable. And then Terrell Bernard had a game. 5 tackles, 2 assists, and then, of course, the pick to seal the game. So that is your notes. The Bills did not play well. Obviously well enough to beat Miami, and still played well in general. But our defense played better. The offense has been exactly what Tua has been, up and down. I don't know how I feel after this game. It's heartbreaking, but I can't even come on here and rant and say, that's it, we got to burn it down. And it does. It does need to be burnt down. But this team, a lot of players showed heart. I think they kind of proved that they have not given up on McDaniel. And that pains me so much to say, but that's what I saw. I saw people making plays. I saw people running to the ball. I didn't see that in the first 2 games. I saw a lax defense that was scared to come up and make a tackle. And today, Weaver had them ready in this game. So, first and foremost, congratulations to the Bills. You deserve it. It's your division. Who knows? Maybe it is your year. As bad as I hate to say it, I do like Josh Allen. I think he's the best quarterback in the league right now. But the Miami Dolphins, I don't know where you go from here. I almost feel like you have to fire McDaniel, but I am so afraid that the Dolphins played well enough in this game to save his job for a week. So, I don't know how I feel. So leave a comment. Let me know. Maybe it's just coming off the game. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and realize that, yes, McDaniel needs to go. This team sucks. I need to burn it to the ground. But this team showed more life in this game against the Bills, and it kills me. It breaks my heart because of the fact I'm not one of those people that just want to sit here and rant because we lost a game. How you lose a game means as much as winning a game. And we've lost 2 absolute horrible games. And now here we are, played their butts off to the end. Tua throws the stupid pick. Sealer gets the stupid penalty. And that ends it. it was over at that point. So guys, let me know how you feel. Do they still need to burn it down? Yeah, probably. But let me know how you feel about it. I'm going to stay with it, guys. Make good decisions. Finn's future, baby, because we have no present right now. And guys, have a good night. Hopefully we'll get some news within the next couple of days. All right. See you soon.